In 2019, Taylor Swift woke up to find that her life's work, every song she wrote and recorded for over a decade, was no longer truly hers. Her master recordings had been sold, without her consent, to someone she called her worst-case scenario. But instead of backing down, Taylor turned that betrayal into a billion-dollar strategy that changed music forever. This is how Taylor Swift turned losing her masters into a power move that no one saw coming. Part 1. The backstory. The contract that started it all. To understand how this all began, we need to rewind to 2005. Taylor was just 15 years old when she signed with a new label, Big Machine Records, founded by Scott Borchetta. Back then, she was a teenager with no leverage, no hit songs, and no guarantee she'd ever become famous. The contract was standard. Big Machine would own her master recordings, and in return, they'd fund her albums, marketing, and promotion. But what are masters exactly? In the music industry, the master recording is the original version of a song, the one from which all copies are made. Owning the master means owning the song's profits, licensing rights, and creative control. So, while Taylor owned the lyrics and compositions she wrote, Big Machine owned the recordings, meaning every time you streamed or bought her early songs, most of the money didn't go to her. Part 2. The breakup. Taylor leaves Big Machine. By 2018, Taylor Swift had become one of the biggest artists in the world. 7 albums, multiple Grammys, and a global fan base. Her contract with Big Machine was about to expire, and Taylor wanted one thing: ownership. She offered to sign a new deal if she could own her future masters. According to Taylor, Big Machine refused unless she agreed to earn them back, one at a time for each new album she delivered, basically locking her in for another decade. Taylor declined. She left Big Machine and signed a new deal with Republic Records and Universal Music Group, which gave her full ownership of all her future masters. At the time, it seemed like a clean break, but then everything exploded. Part 3. The masters sold to Scooter Braun. In June 2019, news broke that Big Machine label group had been sold for $300 million to Scooter Braun, a powerful music manager known for representing artists like Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, and Kanye West. Taylor Swift took to Tumblr, yes, Tumblr, to express her outrage. She wrote, "All I could think about was the incessant manipulative bullying I've received at his hands for years." This wasn't just business, and it was personal. Scooter Braun was connected to Kanye West, who had publicly humiliated Taylor multiple times. To her, the idea of him owning her legacy felt like a nightmare, but legally there was nothing she could do. Big Machine owned her masters, and they sold them as part of the deal. Still, Taylor wasn't about to stay silent. Part 4. Taylor's Revenge. The re-recordings. Then came the twist no one saw coming. In late 2020, Taylor announced she would re-record all her first 6 albums, from Taylor Swift, 2006, to Reputation, 2017. It was a brilliant loophole. By creating new master recordings, she could make the old ones practically worthless. Fans instantly backed her. When Fearless, Taylor's version, dropped in 2021, it debuted at number 1 on the Billboard charts. Then came Red, Taylor's version, with that 10-minute version of All Too Well that broke streaming records and won a Grammy. Each re-recorded album not only regained her control, it became a cultural event. Even Spotify and radio stations started replacing the old versions with Taylor's new ones. It was the ultimate act of artistic revenge, and it worked. Part 5. The fallout. Scooter sells the masters again. After months of backlash and scrutiny, Scooter Braun sold Taylor's master recordings again. This time to an investment firm called Shamrock Holdings, reportedly for $300 million. They reached out to Taylor offering her a partnership, but she declined after learning Scooter would continue to profit from the deal. Her statement was clear: "I simply cannot align myself with a man who tried to dismantle my legacy." and that's when she doubled down on the re-recordings. Part 6. The Aftermath. A power shift in the music industry. Taylor's battle sparked something bigger, a shift in how artists negotiate their contracts. Record labels were suddenly under pressure to offer fairer deals. Younger stars like Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish, and even K-pop acts began signing contracts that gave them more ownership and creative control. Even industry veterans started to revisit their agreements, inspired by Taylor's courage. Today, Taylor Swift not only owns all her new music, she's worth over $1.3 billion, with the majority of that coming from her own catalog, tours, and branding deals she fully controls. She didn't just win her masters back, she redefined what it means to be a modern artist. Outro from heartbreak to billion-dollar brilliance. Taylor Swift turned betrayal into business mastery. Her story isn't just about music rights, it's about ownership, empowerment, and proving that when you control your art, you control your destiny. This was how Taylor Swift turned ownership of her music into a power move.